I'm just sharing what's on my heart today. And what I'm really feeling today is just sharing the idea of the necessity to to create space for your spiritual growth, your spiritual life. And more specifically, create space to hear the messages from your guides. Your guides are always with you, always talking to you, always trying to show you signs. But when you're not paying attention, when you're too caught up in your 3D life to notice or care, or too busy or stressed to notice, or vibrating at such a stressful vibration, challenging vibration, that you're not even open to receive the messages and hear them, then they just go right past you. And quite frankly, they send you less because they realize you're not really paying attention. They're always going to be there, but when they realize you're not paying attention, they're sending you less because you're not connected. You're not making time and you're not asking for the help and the guidance and the assistance. And so if you're in wherever you are in your life, if you're feeling stressed, if you've got decisions to make, if you've got things you're thinking about, concerns that you have, I mean, it's all just a part of life. It happens to all of us on a day-to-day basis. There's things on our mind, things we're worried about. I encourage you to seek spiritual guidance for every little thing in your life and see the difference that it makes in your life. So as for something as small as what to eat for breakfast, or whether or not to call someone, or what to wear to work, though they may seem inconsequential, but our guides are always with us and they want to provide us with guidance on everything. And I think it's important. It's like connecting to your guides is a muscle that needs to be flexed and exercised. And I think for me, one of the things that has made it made it easier and also allowed it to be more natural and more routine is to ask them for guidance on every little thing. And sometimes I get a very clear answer that tells me what to do, and other times I'm not sure, but I asked. And I think just asking, keeping that communication channel open, keeping that pathway open, asking and being open to their answer allows them to know that you're ready and you're willing to receive the guidance and the messages. And I know that what you'll find is that as you do this practice of just making more space to connect, you will get more messages. You will get more guidance. And that guidance can come in different ways. It can come most often through your intuition, through just your knowing what to do and when to do it. And often it's unexplained. You get guidance and information, or you feel led to do something and you're not sure where that guidance came from or why you're doing it that way, but you just decided. I find it especially striking when I was not thinking of something and I wasn't even pondering anything related, and I suddenly have an idea in my head to do things a certain way. That's when I know that I'm really being guided. And you can, if you're not sure, feel into the vibration of that guidance. Feel into whether or not the message you are getting elevates your energy, brings you higher, allows you to feel better, more expansive, more loving, and come from more of a place of love than fear. That's one of the ways to tell if you're really connecting to your guides that want the highest and best for you. And in addition to asking for guidance with every little thing, of course, it's really important to just make time for meditation. Of course, there's many kinds of meditation, but I'm really talking about here meditation where you set an intention to connect and receive messages. It could be about something specific, but I think it's very helpful in the beginning when you're really just establishing that communication channel with your guides to just be open to whatever messages they want to send you and notice what comes up. Notice the images that show up in your mind, the thoughts that you have, the feelings you experience. Notice how your body feels. Just notice. And this is the beginning of creating that pathway and that communication channel. Because the reality is, if we can tap into the guidance that we have, our whole team, our whole spirit team that is supporting us, we can live better lives. They want that for us. They want us to live better lives with more joy, more peace, more happiness. And it's possible. And we don't have to do it alone, because you're not alone. You have help. We have help. And so I encourage you to start with even 5 minutes a day of just clearing space. Sit in a chair, lay in your bed, hopefully when you're not too tired so you don't drift off to sleep. But for me, what happens is I put myself in a void. It's something I've done since I was a teenager, and I discovered meditation. I like the void. For some people, the void is a scary place because it's dark and there's not things there. But in that space, I feel warm and comforted, and there isn't anything else there. And then I just ask to open my communication to allow them in and receive what they have to say. And so I encourage you to make time to connect with your guides, because you have so much guidance. And yes, it's God, it's spirit guides, it's ancestors, it could be your higher self, it could be many, many different types of beings wanting to support you and assist you, and often for different ones for different purposes. But make that time and that effort to connect to your guides and hear what they have to say, and notice how it makes your life better when you listen, when you hear, and notice how the communication increases, how the messages become stronger, the intuitions are stronger, the signs are stronger when you open to it. So I have just received so much beautiful guidance from my guides, but it really, I think in the beginning, is an act of faith to establish that communication channel, because you're like, is anybody here? Is anybody listening? Can anybody hear me? And you might even feel silly at first, and you probably will doubt at first, but keep at it. Allow yourself 30 days of making space to connect and see what happens. It moves pretty quickly. When you're sincere and earnest and your heart is open and your mind is open, you will receive the messages you need to receive. And so I just wanted to offer that today, because I know that in life sometimes we can feel alone. We're facing so many different things, challenges, decisions to make. And if and when we can tap into that guidance from beyond, we can make our lives better and live happier, more fulfilled lives and reach our potential, which is what we all want to do. And that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm helping others to do with these videos. I want you to reach your potential, to feel great about yourself, to know that you're living your purpose, because that's what we're here for. So I just wanted to share that today. Have a fantastic day, because it is a fantastic day. We're alive and we're breathing and we are abundant, and there's so much to be grateful for. Have an awesome one.